Hi, I'm Josh. Welcome back to DayZ. This is the wilderness in the northwest. Northeast, darn it. I always mix up east and west. And this is the start of the third day of my rambling in DayZ. The patch is going to come next week, which is going to add some long-range rifles and some other changes. I'm a bit hungry and not too thirsty, so everything's going to be doing alright. Currently on a German server, and one of the players is Adolf Hitler, so yeah, fuck that guy. Well, that immediately gives me something to ramble about while I go follow the road. In Germany, there's laws against mentioning the Third Reich in any real way. You can't show swastikas, etc., etc. These laws are apparently meant to, how was it? Lag spike. These laws are apparently meant to keep people from glorifying the exploits of the genocidal jackasses known as the Nazis. But from what I've seen, it gives more of an impression that the Germany is trying to pretend it never happened. Because mentioning the unmentionables, you know, making it he who must not be named is not a good way to remember the atrocities. I don't think Germany has dealt with its past all that well. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm only living in the next country over with a similar language, similar culture, just a way smaller population. We could have been a German state. Hell, that was Hitler's intention for us. That was Imperial Germany's intention for us. That was every major power's intention for us. Only, yeah, never turned out that way. Turns out, if you enslave the world for 100 years, your lingering power stays with you. Yeah, okay, I'm thirsty now, so there's that. I'm gonna inspect my compass. Ooh, I should head more north. Still a bit hungry. I have some bullets. I have a saw in case I come across another shotgun. Can't really stuff it into anything right now because I don't have a backpack yet, and I'm still liable to die of starvation. But this server is a lot busier than the one in the middle of the second day. I'm still pretty pissed off about that I died of starvation. That shouldn't really be possible. I mean, I wasn't playing hyper efficiently, but that would make things even more boring, actually. Still, if I'm starting to go into red hunger, or orange hunger at least, I'm going to go into lockdown myself. And the fact that I got, my game crashed, probably because my graphics card got overloaded, is also not a fun thing. Ooh! Yeah, this is probably going to be the civilian airfield. There's a town nearby there, which I'm actually not going to go. Oh. I could go through the airfield, but there's no real benefit to it, and it is a bit of a shooting range. But hey, we'll give it a go. I am not armed at the moment, so I don't really pose a danger to anybody. Next week is going to be the new patch. I'm also considering, ooh, interesting, I'm going to have something to drink. There's a very small chance I'm going to get diseased from this, but I think it's worth it, because the chance goes down the more blood you have, the more healthy you are, and I'm pretty healthy right now, so I'm probably not going to get diseased from this. But yeah, if I'm going to do recordings of this game better, if I'm going to do recordings of this game more regularly in higher definition, I'm going to need a different computer, and I'm also going to need, first of all, a better microphone, and I've talked about wanting to buy one, but I'm still indecisive about it. Looking at my videos, it's clear that I'm missing a certain degree of interestingness, a certain degree of pizzazz. And I've got a lot on my plate already, so I might still just piddle on as an amateur before I spend energy and money on improving it. I'm also acting, I'm writing. I've got all sorts of hobbies starting up. And yeah, they take precedent in certain ways. Yeah, I'm already a bit hydrated, so I'll just move on. This is a pretty full server, so there could be other people here, but My end goal is to go through the northern cities. Yeah, in this playthrough, to go through the northern cities, gear up a little bit, and then get to the military areas and arm up, and defend myself, and maybe score a kill on someone who isn't very nice. One thing I do want to do is to upgrade the range of vision in this game, so I'm just gonna edit the configure settings, video settings, quality, no, rendering, no, not rendering, quality, I think, terrain, that's, where was it again? Well, actually, I'm gonna put the shadow quality on very low, and the cloud quality on very low as well. You can see the game freeze up there for a sec. Smoothness, terrain, surface, and edges, and this is, yeah, I'm gonna put the object to low, terrain to low, good enough. Where's this rendering thing? As you see, I put it all as low as possible. I'm actually gonna put the textures to normal, video memory back to auto, texture filtering. May as well keep it that way. I think I can upgrade the visuals a little bit. Anti-alien. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the HDR low and everything. This looks a million times better. Yeah. I might actually not need a supercomputer, but my frames are still like 15, 16, 17. Then again, you can blame that on the ARMA engine not being all that optimized yet. I just want the... it does look a bit better. I think it's in the... I think it's terrain. If you put terrain on very high. And that is smoothness of the terrain, surface, and edges. Well, it has its benefits, and it's probably not going to do very much for the quality rendering and stuff, so. If any of you guys know how to optimize this game, contact me. I'd be very grateful. Close. I'll remember something about, I'll try and figure out how to improve the visuals in a meaningful way later. But yes, this is a civilian airfield. It used to be a military airfield. It used to be a death zone, a lot more than it is now. One thing I don't like is all these trees popping into view in the way distance. They used to be, everywhere, like they are there. Yeah, you can't win them all. There's got to be some setting or other which you load up with, and I can't really change those on the fly, I think. And yeah, the game froze for a bit. I don't know, it could be the antivirus updating all the time, over and over and over again. There's something to be said for that, of course, but yeah, I should really start optimizing my computer in my own time. Okay, I'm running the risk of getting shot at right now. There's some military vehicles over in the distance, but there's probably not much military loot in here. I don't know if there's any loot in here. They haven't really... Last patch I checked this place, there wasn't any loot at all. That does not seem to have changed. There's nothing here. So I'm going to have a quick peek into the building, because, for funsies. Yep. And it looks beautiful because I upgraded the graphics. I updated the graphics. But yeah, it's empty. And I'm pretty hungry. I'm orange hungry. So I might just... Ooh, there's some loot here. That's good. That's a bandana cap, which I don't have much use for that, but I can tear it into rags, and I can drink this. This ought to keep me going for a little bit longer. Oh, some more drinks. Perfect. This ought to keep me longer for... keep me going for a little bit longer. One problem with my current mic is it doesn't pick up quiet sound, so I have to speak up. Now, I got a mom who's pretty deaf, so I'm pretty used to speaking up, but it's still not very nice because when I feel like sneaking, I have the impulse, like any human being, to talk quietly. That's also very immersive. And I can't really do that when I'm talking right now because I need to speak up. And that's a hunting knife. Well, I guess there's some use for a hunting knife. Yeah. So take it with me. Again, I could just as well use the saw, but it's cool. I've already got a few bandages. Any more, and I might have too much. It's a blue helmet. I got a gray one. This thing can open up. There's a military zombie in the front yard, so I'm going to be very careful about that. Yeah, we're going to prefer the skate helmet. And there's a green checkered wool dress. No thank you. No thank you. It's tempting, very tempting, but no. All of this stuff's inferior to what I got, if only barely. Q zombie. I'm looking the other way. Good. I want the food. See, I'm being quiet now. Ooh, that's a pan. That's interesting. Frying pan. Can't take it with me, sadly. This is a stun rod. It doesn't have anything in it, but I can arm it with the battery on my. Fuck. Oh, sorry about the cursing, but I'm scared. All right. Stun rod works very well on stuff, people, and also zombies. And there's some more canned food over there, and a bunch of. Okay, I might have some business reorganizing my inventory because not all of this is super useful. First off, I'm going to use this knife to open my canned baked beans and eat them up. We're going to do the same with the tomatoes. And then as you saw, those were camping implements. A pan and a, what's it called again? A torch thing. You can warm yourself on them and you can cook meat on them if you find a wild animal. They're useful, but right now I think I got enough food. I don't want to keep this. Do I want to keep the saw? Do I care about keeping the saw? Do I want the gas stove instead? I don't know. There's also some ice axes here, which are flatly better than this knife. There we go. I'm going to take it into my hand so I can open up the. I can open up the tomato can, and then at some point I'm going to have to run like hell because zombie. This portable gas stove might be better than this hacksaw. Certainly. Yeah. I'm also going to remove the battery from the flashlight, put it into the alkaline battery. Battery from the flashlight, put it into the alert. And I'm gonna. Will I make you move? Right. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I got some basic food. I got a stun rod in case things go wrong. It's not going to be the most useful, but it will take out just about anything in 1 or 2 prods. It will run out its battery pretty quick, though. And this ice axe can be used in a few different ways. It's also a nice backup weapon, I guess. Always, if possible, keep your good rags in your jeans. I shouldn't forget that. Alright, shouldn't be humming that because I might get copyright striked. And the sad part is that is not even entirely a joke. Not that I'm that scared anyway, because I'm small time and I'm not for profit, but still, the interplay between content, quote, creators, who I do not have all that much respect for. Yes, I know, that I'm never going to make this any more than a good hobby. Oh dear, run! And copyright hoarders, who I also don't have much respect for, because the internet, it's an artificiality to keep, certain crafts and trades viable in a capitalist system, in a time and a place of infinite proliferation. Thank you. Sorry about that. Fleeing from a zombie does not do wonders for your vocabulary. But yeah, in a time and a place of infinite proliferation, there we go. There's no real direct point in limiting the spread of music or other things like plans and diagrams and schedules and designs. But anything creative can be copyrighted because it should still be possible for someone to make a living off of thinking up new things, and that's obviously a good thing. That's obviously a good thing, but it's basically an artifact of our capitalist society, and that's one downside to capitalism. Something which could be free, just free, available for everyone, isn't, because of practical reasons and giving everyone what they want instead of giving everyone, you know, free everything in some degrees, some ways. But yeah, anyone who does something as a hobby and gives it out free to the entire population has my admiration, because that is truly, well, it's the effort to reward factor is incredible. We get so much more out of it than, ooh, okay, that's a pilot's helmet. It's also pristine, so it's a lot more cool than what I got right now. So it's white, so it stands out a little bit more. So, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm sorry about any fragmentation about my in the way I expressed my philosophies. But, you know, I'm playing something, I'm trying to keep an eye out for killers and zombies and stuff. So, putting one word behind the other, especially if it's not your first language, is a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder. He says, flawlessly maintaining an accent. Just a second. Right. Gloves. Sorry about that. Actually, it's not time yet to leave, but soon, probably? Yeah, I'm pretty well hydrated, not too well fed. So there's the thing. I'm going to keep this with me because, as I said, I'm pretty well hydrated, not too well fed yet. So I'm going to save that for when my hydration goes dark green from light green. I'm actually pretty happy with how things are right now. I have a good weapon, a good multi-tool. Yeah. I do want a backpack and a gun, obviously, but those are seemingly not going to be here. Got some nice gloves. They don't do much, but for what they do, they're pretty valuable. Yes, there is a zombie over here. Now, let's see if I can't use my nice little backup weapon to jab the bastard. Come on, then. There we are. Come on, then. Just give me first person for a sec. Nope. Can't really hit him from here. Darn. Right. I got two options. I either stun rod the bastard or run like hell. Can I lock him in here? Not really. I mean, I could try. Certainly. Meep, meep. Miss meat. Awesome. It worked. Good. Good. Hint, I was not expecting that. Let's go over zero. How's my hydration going? Pretty good. The soda pop cans, they do restore a bit of hunger, but not too much. Probably because of the sugar. And they do restore a lot of hydration, so that's good. Like I said, it's a prettified version of the world, despite the zombies. That's authenticity for you. Doesn't have to be a perfect match, but it should be a good match without removing too much of without adding too much of realized tedium. Removing some of realized tedium and simulating all the cool stuff makes lag, makes lag, makes for a good game. Oh great, I can hold on to a thought pretty well, so that's interesting. I can't syntax all that well yet, but I can hold on to a thought. I can argument my position pretty well when under fire, shall we say. Well, hell, I'm not under fire yet, just didn't speak too soon. Let's see, pristine, and this one's also pristine, isn't it? Yes, it is. There's some very few 22 rounds, but there's still 22 rounds, and these are worn gloves. These are pristine. Yeah, I switch boots because boots do wear down with use. I'm gonna take this Sprite and drink it. I also love the twisting of the names of the brand products. That's just so Saturday morning cartoon. It's actually pretty cute. It's a necessity, of course, but it's a cute necessity. That's hell, that's a good fusion of the concepts I talked about. Copyright and what was it again? Authenticity, that was it. Okay, I got a good backpack now. It's not even the worst camo color in the world. Like, it's, I'm gonna eat all of it, actually. It's, the problem with rice is that it does dehydrate you, but I'm already pretty hydrated, so I don't mind. Also, I'm gonna obviously move everything I got into this thing. So, because, there we go, I'm pretty stuffed, I'm a little bit hydrated, a little bit energized, nothing perfect, but good enough. Right, something you should know. Oh, still maximize my. A few things you should know. First off, if you have empty clothes, I may have already explained this, but it bears mentioning once again. Empty clothes, they absorb just a little bit more damage than clothes that are full. Clothes that are full also, they go to youtube.com. The Wobo channel, named after one of the towns in DayZ. That's where I got most of my DayZ information from. Yeah, you take a little bit, just a little bit less damage on it with empty clothes, and it's a lot better and healthier for you because you rarely get hit in the backpack anyway. So your stuff also stays intact, etc., etc. I'm pretty stuffed right now, so how do I get out of here? I'm healthy, so that's good. But yeah, there's a hole in the way. There's also something really interesting which I learned just recently about the food meter in with your character. Your hydration tops off pretty fast. It's pretty much just like your blood and your bone and your health. It tops off pretty fast, and then you gotta be real. Ooh, look at the detail now. I prefer this quality level for my recordings, even if the frame rate is crap. But yeah. The good part about food is that it can rise up way higher in the numbers department. You can stock up way better than with drink. You can stay bright green food for a lot more, for a lot longer than hydration. Hydration only lasts for about a few minutes at full tilt running. But energized can be stored like 5 times. You can store 5 times as much energy, food energy, as water, which is, like I said, authentic / realistic. And it also means, practically speaking, that you really just stuff down any food you find. You scarf it down, and you hope it doesn't dehydrate you too much, of course, because you can basically store it in your hump like a frickin' camel. And I gotta say, the detail on this compass right now is beautiful. I don't know how much of it's going to translate to the video, but my awe and my admiration sure are going to translate. And my throat's already starting to protest. I think this is going to be the end of the first episode. A little bit more bite-sized than the behemoths I did before. Again, I just do this to vent and to talk and to have fun and to you know, learn to exercise my throat muscle, I guess. So I'll be seeing you next time. Well, let's go in here first for a bit of a dramatic exit and re-entry. Come on. Here we are. And it was empty, but now there's some there's a nice can of peaches in here. Now, like I said, you can stash a lot more food than you might think in your little belly. And peaches hydrate pretty well as give you a bunch of energy. So I'm going to eat these, and I'm going to turn off the recording, so I'll see you in the second episode.